Hey, Cody Tarot fam. This is your next pick a card reading. It's been a while since I've been back, I guess you could say. I took a break from long form content. I actually don't know how long this one's actually going to be, but today is when is your love coming into your life? When is your next lover coming in? When will you meet your next love? And then we're going to be talking about a little bit of like how that's going to happen. So kind of like how and when you will meet your next love. Interest, we have 3 groups in front of us today. I'm pulling away from doing 5 groups. If you've seen some recent readings, I'm pulling away from doing 5 groups that way to kind of motivate myself into getting back in the long form, taking short and easy steps to get back into it. So apologize if there's not 5 piles and you guys got used to that. Definitely sorry about that. But I'm just trying to get myself motivated to make more long form content right now. Anyway, we have 3 groups in front of us. So, yeah, the first group is, let's get into it. I'm going to show you guys the groups one by one. Then you can select your crystal. If you need to pause the video or meditate on the piles, anything like that, or meditate on the crystals, see which one actually calls to you. You can do that after this period of showing you the crystals one by one. So, let's see. So, we have Tangerine Quartz is our first crystal. It's kind of this like burnt orange kind of color. This kind of divot in there, a kind of triangular divot. Okay, that's group 1. Group 2 is this black tourmaline. To me, kind of has like looks like a bullet. Let me see if I can get that lighting. It's not really when you show the lighting, it's kind of just when you show the shadow. But this is the black tourmaline. And last, we have this zebra stone. I actually don't know what the minerals are in this, but it was sold to me as zebra stone. So yeah, this is the zebra stone. Let's see here. Let's put these all nice and symmetrical for you guys. All right, so you can pause the video here if you need more time to select your crystal. While I'm giving you that time, I'm going to let you guys know how the pick a card works. So just in case you're unfamiliar, you basically select one of the crystals, the one you are most drawn to. Many different ways to select crystals. A lot of people meditate and then select stuff like that. But just whichever crystal you're most drawn to. Then in the timestamps, in the description box, those will be associated with groups. You'll click the timestamp corresponding to your group, and that will fast forward you to your reading. Let's get started, guys. Hopefully you have your crystal in mind by now. So this is group 1, 2, and 3. So go to that timestamp section and select your pile, and we'll get to your reading. Okay, guys, this is a Win pick a card. So I'm going to be using my Win deck here. My Time Oracle cards. I've been using these in readings lately. So I'm hoping these are more accurate than they've been in the past. Some of my decks that I tell people to take with a grain of salt in personal readings. But because you're selecting the pile today, I'm hoping that messages are, accurate and stuff like that. Normally, I work with a lot of decks, and normally they are accurate. So let's see what this Oracle says today. Let's see. When will group 1 be meeting their next lover? Okay, let's see. We have you're wasting your time, fall, and faster than you think. Okay. Let's see here. Let's pull out some tarot cards. Oh, we are way too zoomed in. There we go. Okay, so get some tarot cards out on the table. When will group 1 be meeting their next lover? Okay, let's see. We have Strength, we have Chariot, we have Hierophant reversed, we have Stone card upright, we have Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's get into it. Oh, okay. It all clicked into place once I got this Knight of Pentacles in reverse energy. Okay, so let's get into it. I actually like that these Win cards are coming out for other aspects in this reading besides timing. It makes me feel like the timing of it all is actually more part of the process than it is the actual time that you're actually getting these things, right? So let's get into what that means. So first of all, with Strength here, I see that right now you're attracted to really masculine energies. Man or woman. There's something about strength that appeals to you with other people. I'm seeing you as this girl, and there's this huge person around you. You might be attracted to really tall individuals or really strong individuals. people who are just like packed with muscle, something like that. I definitely see there's this feeling of masculinity or feeling like wanting to be comforted by like masculine energy. I think there's something kind of arousing about someone who is so like in their own body or in their own physicality, right? And it's interesting because we have you're wasting your time right above the Chariot, and we also have the Hierophant reverse, which is kind of the key point in the reading, the Hierophant reverse. I am seeing this aspect with just the message online dating kept coming to me. Even if you're not online dating, there might be a feeling of blind dates or going out on dates with people who you're kind of judging by appearances is kind of the vibe that I'm getting. Or you're looking at their social media profile or their Tinder profile and you're kind of thinking like, like maybe this person's the right person for me. I'm seeing for a lot of you with the Chariot here, there's something about, first of all, the vessel. Like it's almost like the person's body is the most important or something like that, or you're really attracted to their body. The second thing I can see here with the Chariot is you might not want to drive far away to see people, or you're not realizing how much you don't want to travel to see people. So there's a feeling of like a trepidation of like, man, am I gonna have to travel to see this person? There could also be a feeling of regret currently in your life where you're like really frustrated because you're having to drive a long time or like far away to meet these Tinder dates. And like, I think there's a feeling of expectation, right? Mainly with the Tinder thing, with you're wasting your time, it's talking about that you are not going to meet your person online dating. You're just not. We have this sleeping cat here, and it really just indicates like this feeling of like, how do I put this? It's like other partners are sleeping on the opportunity to meet you, something like that. It's almost like they'll meet you in person and then there's this feeling of like, oh, I'm bored, or especially with cats too, they might see you as more of like a play thing, not necessarily something to be taken seriously. So keep that in mind. Overall, though, with the Chariot reverse, I do see this feeling of like lack of momentum in your dating life, lack of momentum in the progress of where you're at right now in your dating life. So I definitely feel for you. The Hierophant reverse is talking about this kind of feeling of that, you know, the Hierophant to me is a matchmaking card because it's this leader, this religious leader in the traditional Hierophant, and there's two disciples below him. I see this as like bringing people together. Like a good leader of a community is bringing people together. They're uniting people, you know, where the High Priestess is kind of like the secret knowledge of the universe and intuition and understanding things spiritually. The Hierophant is the religious or figure that brings people together. And so in a way, this becomes my matchmaker cards, especially in love readings. It talks about some other force outside yourself bringing you together. And in this case, this would be Tinder or some online dating platform, right? This is not the kind of connection where you're going to be brought together with someone else. And this is also applies for people who feel like they're going to get introduced to someone. So if you're banking on someone who is going to introduce you to someone, that's not how this is going to happen. And with fall here, this is rather than representing a time, it could represent a time, especially if you start becoming disenchanted with online dating. Maybe you guys get this reading and you think like, you know what, like I'm going to keep online dating, you know, doesn't resonate, whatever. And then by fall, you're like, okay, I'm really going to stop this stuff. Like I'm really going to quit this online dating thing. Also, the Tangerine Quartz is the same color as these leaves in the fall card. I'm noticing the similarities of orange. I think right now, while you're drawn to the Tangerine Quartz, there could be a craving for sexual contact. With Tangerine does represent sexual energy, typically in most crystal books, you'll notice this. When I'm seeing the fall energy here, it could be that you're starting to experience sexual contacts with people in the fall, or you're going to have an awakening of your sex life. So that is a time where you definitely could meet a lover in particular. I don't think it's going to be through online dating. In fact, with the Hierophant in reverse here, I think you meet this person through some other circumstance besides a matchmaker. Like it feels like you're meeting this person on your own, or you're out and about somewhere and you run into them or you bump into them and you guys just strike up a conversation, something like that. Then that you guys go on a date, something like that. It really feels like your volition that is causing these matches to be made. Not necessarily who like Tinder is picking for you, not necessarily who your friend is introducing you to. It feels very much like you guys are in control, right? I think after fall, it's like there's a feeling of like either your sex drive rising or meeting someone that is like you're sexually compatible with, but it's like very interesting because I feel like you're meeting them in person. You're like, wow, this is so interesting. Like, I really didn't expect to meet this person in person. You know, I hear all these stories about how like online dating is so, you know, like the way to go or something like that. Feels like for this group, there's a feeling that like you felt like online dating was the way to go. Maybe you heard so many good stories about people meeting online or meeting through someone else or through a matchmaker, and you thought, maybe that's for me, or maybe that's something that's really going to work out for me, or maybe you just had that in your plan. But the universe has a twist for you, right? I'm also seeing the types of people you're attracted to with the Strength card and the Sun card here. There's this feeling of being attracted to the wrong type. It's not really a bad thing. It's just that like with the Strength card here, this figure is very strong, very built, and it's giving me like huge and dark and handsome kind of vibes, you know? This could be on a physical level. Like maybe you guys are actually really attracted to like darker skinned people. You could be just attracted to people who have kind of like a more mysterious aura as well. Like there's a feeling of like I actually want to backtrack on what I said about the skin tone, because this can happen with different skin tones. It's not about skin tone here. With Strength card, I feel like there's this feeling of attracting the cold, unattainable, mysterious, aloof, muscular man. You know, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting with the Strength card here, with it be him being all in blue. It's giving a colder vibe, right? And it does feel like there's this feeling of wanting warmth, but not receiving it. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. With the Sun energy here, you do attract, like really quickly, once you kind of give up on online dating and you get more empowered in your sexuality and when it comes to the fall. Now, more empowered in sexuality is going to mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It could mean, you know, like self-pleasuring yourself more, something like that, figuring out what you like, just being awakened in that regard. It could be that you're finding other people more attractive at this time. Like, you know, when a cat's in heat, it actually makes active attempts. Well, actually, I don't know if this is true, but this is how I'm imagining it. Making active attempts towards like getting to know people because you're just so aroused all the time, or you're just feeling like, man, I really need to get laid. So it's actually stimulating you to be more, for some of you, you're being more active in speaking to people. Like you're actually talking to people more. You're actually trying to get more people's numbers, stuff like that. For others of you, you're literally attracting other people to talk to you because you're in that period of your life where you're like, what's it called? Like sexually ripe, I guess is the best way to put it. Like you're just ripe for an experience, and like other men or other women are sensing this and approaching you or talking to you. You know, there could be a big, strong period of flirting at this time. Even if you're not aware of it, I think these people will be approaching you even maybe before the fall, just because I feel like they're sensing it before you are. That's a strong thing that I'm feeling, is they're sensing it before you are, but then you're going to soon become aware of it. You're like, that's why people are approaching me, because I'm coming into my sexual energy and I'm just feeling it a little later in the game. So I do think if you get a few numbers or something like that in the fall and you're kind of like, I don't know about this, I'm not really in the mood, wait like a week or two into like the fall time. Like I'm guessing like September, August, September, something like that. Whenever this happens, it's going to be different for different people watching, like different points in the fall. But when you start noticing people are approaching you or talking to you or wanting to hang out and you're like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling dating right now. It's like you gave up on online dating and you're just like, I'm over the whole thing. This is actually the time, hold on to those numbers. Don't just chuck them and like recklessly throw the number away. I'm hearing in like a week or two, you might change your mind. You might actually be more in the mood and more inspired, and you might call some of these people back. You know, some of them might have moved on. I don't know how quick it takes people to move on once they ask someone out. But I feel like someone's going to answer the call. Someone's going to, because with faster than you think, it's like as soon as you start getting in the mood, this person manifests pretty quickly into your life with faster than you think, you know? I'm also looking at these oil patterns, and it's reminding me of like my parents used to tell me stories about like concerts that they went to back in their day, because they were both hippies back in the day. And by the day, I mean like late 60s. But they were like concerts, and they would have these like oil color things that they would project on projection screens as like their light show. I mean, we've come a long way, guys. I don't know if you've been to a concert recently, but we've come a long way. But yeah, this was like the psychedelic trippy kind of thing, right? I'm also feeling your partner could have a more artsy kind of vibe than like a more like stoic kind of like, either like the vibe I'm seeing you like going for is like reliable business. I'm seeing you go for like people who are more like just like work out a lot or have like a strong presence of masculinity. The person I'm seeing coming in is more artistic, more sunshiny. Like this person represents sunshine and like brightness, and this person might dress more colorful. For a lot of you, this person is just a more colorful person in general. They have more of a personality. Like there's this person coming in for you that you're going to meet, that's your next lover, is someone who has a personality. It's someone who has like a very bright, cheerful kind of exterior. I'm also looking at this guy in the red and the sun. I think this person is actually more like passionate than the people you used to attract. So it's like not attract, but the people you were going after. They looked like ideal, like passionate objects, but they actually weren't that sexually driven, is what I'm hearing. It's like the person you're attracting is actually more into pleasing you. They're more into the current rhythms of your life. I think what's interesting is you're attracting someone who's also in heat, quote unquote, or in the mood, you know? So there's this strong vibe of someone carrying you off, like with this sun card and him flying off. And with the unicorn here, these people who are attracted to you might seem like more unique personalities. They might even have more of a psychic component to them. It's so funny. I'm looking at these cards and the sun card is twisted. I don't know when I did that or if I touched it or something, but the sun card is literally like angled in a different way. And it's kind of tipping into the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is representing how they view you. These types of people view you as secure. They view you as loyal. They view you as kind of like a long-term option, which makes me feel like most of these people are actually in it for the long haul, is kind of what I'm seeing. Most of the types that are attracted to you at this current point are see you as a reliable person. They see you as reliable, that you would be in it for the long haul, something like that, that you're not just someone that's going to mess around and leave. So here's the thing, guys. If you're nervous about your loyalty coming off in a weird way or coming off in a way where you don't seem loyal, that is not the case. The right type of person is going to see you as completely loyal, completely dedicated, completely like long-term compatibility is coming through. Also, this woman in the Knight of Pentacles, I don't know if you can see it, but she has little crystals attached to her skin. I really feel like these people find you to be like a gem in their life. You know, it's like, ooh, that's the prize. You know, ooh, that's the diamond in the rough. Ooh, that's the girl that I want. That's the guy that I want. You know, this person has, I also like could be seeing the feeling of thick skin is coming to play. I think this person makes a lot of jokes that's coming in for you. They make a lot of jokes and they see that you have a thick skin. So they're comfortable making these jokes with you. Like I really feel like this person coming in likes to roast you guys. Like there's this feeling of them liking to roast you. And I really think they have an infectious sense of humor. I really think this person is fun. They're like a burst of sunshine. I really feel like you feel glad that they're in your life. This image is also making me think of someone teaching you things. So I think this person's going to teach you a lot about life. I think they have a strong third eye. I think this person is, I don't know if they're full-blown psychic. I don't think there's like a feeling that they can read your thoughts or anything like that. But they have a little bit of a playful intuition. It's almost like sometimes they'll say things that turn out to be true, but they don't really care too much about it, is kind of what I'm seeing. But anyway, faster than you think just means once you guys give up on online dating, that's when this person's really coming in. With fall here too, it might even also be like the timing might also be based on when your sex cycles are, your sex drive and stuff. So I do think in the fall, you guys are having a higher sex drive. Like you pick the Tangerine Quartz, so it makes me feel like sex is important in your guys' connection. Sex is an important determining factor in what you're looking for. It's like you want someone who's sexually compatible. And you really felt like these tall, dark, muscular, mysterious men are the ones that are going to be sexually compatible with you. But what I'm feeling is it would be too cold of an energy because we have cold here in both these reverse cards representing online dating. And I think you guys are just sick of these like numb, like cold energies that don't bring you any joy. It's giving very much like almost like you're the one who needs to be warmed up. It's like, have you ever thought that maybe you guys are the ones that are the cold, sexy, muscular, mysterious ones? You know, especially for my men out there, it's like, have you looked at your own body lately? Like, I don't know if you guys have been working out or something, but maybe you have the body that everyone dreams of, you know, and you're not realizing it. You're like, okay, like maybe it's like feeling like you don't look good. And then realizing like, oh, wow, like I look good. Like I need someone to be like worshiping me, or I need someone to be looking at me like the way I look at other people, you know? It's one of those feelings where it's like, you know, especially for my gay men out there, it might be like you're really attracted to masculine men and you don't realize like you're the masculine type, like you're more the type that like needs to be warmed up. Like you're the one who needs you need someone to roast you, you know, you need someone to like light your life up, something like that. And for my women out there, you guys might be more reliable than you think you are. You might be looking for men that seem reliable or that seem like strong on the outside because you're looking for that reliability. But what I'm feeling for a lot of you guys is you are what you're attracted to. and it's not working because you're too like-minded, you're too similar, you know? And it's not even what you're attracted to, it's what you think on the outside your personality looks like. It's very interesting. It's like you might feel like on the outside you look a certain way, but truthfully your internal world, like you're more reliable than a lot of these cold, mysterious, muscular men, right? They might be way less reliable. They might be like so flaky and inconsistent, and you guys might not even be realizing it because you're looking at their outward appearance and being like, oh, that's reliability because that's what reliability looks like on the outside. And I'm attracted to that because my inside is reliable. And I feel like I should be with someone who's very reliable. True. You should have reliability in a connection. But I am saying you guys provide so much reliability that it's not even needed outside yourself. You know, it's like because you're reliable doesn't necessarily mean another reliable person is going to be right for you. With the sun here, it's very interesting because I see someone who's happy. I see someone who is easily roast you, like very, you know, because the sun is hot, right? And so I'm seeing like I'm literally seeing like roasted walnuts and acorns that are left out on a hot day and that like crisp in the sun. I know that might not even be a thing, but that's the image I'm getting. I feel like this person roasts you. They warm you up. It's like they're toasty. I feel like this is a person who, how do I put it? It's like a warm fire on a winter's night, something like that. It's like, you know, there's that, oh, that song's coming in. What's that song? I think it's Shania Twain. It's Shania Twain or Sheryl Crow. It's like, that don't impress me. I'm going to sing. Oh my God, guys, get ready for this. I'm not that tarot reader that sings songs. So just beware. It's going to be off key, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm feeling the message. It's a Shania Twain song. She's like, that don't impress me much. You know, it's like, you've got you might have the muscles, but do you have the touch? Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think you're all right, but that won't keep me warm in the middle of the night. And then it's like, okay, I'm not going to do the instrumentals. Anyway, the lyric is like, you might have the look, but do you have the touch? Because that won't keep me warm in the middle of the night. This person keeps you warm at night. This person provides that sexual like resonation that you guys are craving right now. And it's so wild because it really is like very applicable to this reading, because this reading is like, when will you meet your next lover? This person's definitely going to be your lover, you know? You know, I kind of left this open to interpretation, like, okay, love could be anything or whatever, or love could be any kind of relationship. For your guys' reading, it's very much a very strong sexual connection. Yeah, it's basically when you like cut the online dating out, right? Like you're literally, when you date online, you instinctively look to the wrong types. The way these men present themselves on their profile, it's not how they are in reality, right? It's not who they are. If you're wondering why you have all these misconnections or you're matching with men and they're not talking to you or something like that, or ghosting you or whatever, it's because you're not compatible. It's like the person on the outside, looks can be so deceiving. Looks can be so deceiving. And just because someone looks reliable on the outside, just because they look strong and they look like there's someone who could support your situation or support you, doesn't mean they can, right? This person coming in, they're not ugly either. They're attractive. Like they have a sunshiny presence. So they do have this attractiveness about them, but they're more expressive. They're more self-expressive. They're more like the sun. I do think this person could a little bit be like center of attention, like not in a bad way. It's just that they attract a lot of admiration. What am I trying to say here? People notice them. So it's not like they're not noticeable. It's, you know, I think people notice them. And this person definitely roasts people. That's what I'm saying. This person will say like, it's so funny. Like, you guys might be shocked at this at first, but if you think about how they treat you, they know what they're doing. Like, for example, you might see them like talk to someone in a grocery store or something and say some kind of comment and you'd be like, oh my God, that's so mean. But then you see the cashier like laughing and stuff. This person is like intuitive enough to know how to roast people to make them feel good, you know? So they're going to roast some of your qualities, right? Like, so this person's someone who jokes. Like, this is someone who jokes, like, they'll definitely know how to like roast you and like make you feel good. Like you'll laugh because you're like, oh my God, that's so true about myself. Like, shut up. Like, how did you know that? Like, you clocked me, you know, that kind of vibe. But yeah, this person roasts you. This person is a warm, bright, sunshiny. I think there's a lot of like sexual consummation coming for you in the future because you guys are letting go of a really difficult period with kind of online dating. We have you're wasting your time, right? This cat's literally asleep. It's like, you're part of you that purrs and gets excited and is in heat, right? Remember we had that whole cat metaphor in this reading of cats being in heat? Well, you're asleep right now. Like whatever you're doing online, it's like you're bored, you're wasting your time. There's sexual frustrations. There's like a pent up energy that's not being released. And that's just going in a circle, guys. You're just going in a circle, and that you need to break out of this is kind of what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's so interesting, like all the metaphors and stuff in this reading. Like I said, with the psychedelic colors, this person might be a little more artsy than you expect, a little more wise than you expect. I think they're gonna be able to teach you a few things about life too. They'll definitely be teaching you a few things in the bedroom, like certain things they know. This person is a really good lover. Really strong chemistry, I think, that both of you are going to have in the bedroom. There's almost this feeling that they, like I said, they view you as a gem, they view you as a diamond. And have you ever guys like looked at a quartz crystal like and played with it in the light? Like looked at how sunlight goes through a quartz crystal and how it creates these rainbows and how it creates like all this beautiful light refraction. It's very much like the feeling of like light shining through a clear crystal. And in a way, it feels very illuminating. It's like this illuminating process, you know? And so I definitely feel this vibe that this person's gonna illuminate a lot about you. And like, you're gonna like learn a lot through this connection is kind of what I'm seeing. Now, I do think that the timing, if we're gonna go like with a strict when will this happen? Because I know a lot of people are just like, give me the time. Like, is it November? Is it December? Usually tarot doesn't work like that necessarily. I guess the only way I could say, like, if you want readings that are like really like powerful on timing, I would say maybe astrology, but even astrologers can't tell you what's gonna happen. But I think a good astrologer would be able to tell you like, oh, a relationship's coming up, or based on your past, a relationship would be coming up, stuff like that. Tarot tells you what's gonna happen. It tells you the storyline. It tells you when you know the events are going down. It gives you that prefacing of like what's going on currently and where things can head, you know? So yeah, if I was going to give you a solid win, if you want that and you came to that reading with this intention and this reading was like going to give you the win and you know it's getting the win in the fall of probably this year or next year, this is going to happen. But you have to let go of that confusing online dating thing, because I'm seeing you guys are just spinning in circles. It's like you're not attracted to the right type or whatever. The social media Neptunian filter that is through the screen is not working for you. You know, you're not seeing things clearly. And I think when you let go of that and you let your natural sexual energy like release that kind of frustration from the online dating scene, and you move into this kind of like natural sexuality that you're experiencing with the people around you or the people you're interacting with, I do see this person coming in way faster than you think. I even think it's preemptive. I think this person's going to hit you before you've kind of awakened your own sexuality within yourself. It's like they're sensing it before it happens, if that makes sense. And so there's this feeling of like, whoa, like they ran into me, and then like this next week I'm actually like really, you know, in the mood. You know, it's like I'm in the mood, I gotta call them. You know, and so I do see kind of like a lover, kind of loving first kind of connection. Here's the thing. I don't know if this person is loyal to you or not, but they are very aware that you're a loyal type. So they're aware of it, right? So whether they stick around for a long time or not, I think they're looking for something loyal at this time because they're aware. It's not the type of person who's gonna like run, like, there are people like this where like they're like, oh, they're going to be like the long-term companion and I want something short-term, so I'm not even going to bother with them because they're going to get clingy or they're going to get attached or whatever. This person's into that. This person's like, I don't care if they're attached. Like, I like that. I want someone who's loyal. I want someone who gets attached to me because I'm sick of people messing around with me. I'm sick of people being in my life and leaving, you know? So this person definitely is looking for that loyalty. They're looking for that kind of connection where it's very long-term. They are giving the vibe of like, I don't know if I want to be married. I don't know if I want, like, it's very much the vibe of like, I know what I want, but I don't know how long I want it for, right? So keep that in mind. This person this feels very much like they're definitely in it for a long time, not a short time, but I don't know if it's like, I think they still take their time when they decide things like, am I gonna marry this person? Stuff like that. So just keep that in mind. This person's coming in, feels like they want something long-term, but they're still gonna like figure out if it's gonna be worth it, right? Like they're still gonna get to know you. They're still gonna ask questions. It's one of those things where it's like, you still have to do the messiness of dating and getting to know each other to determine if you want that long-term connection, but they are seeking it. FYI, they are seeking it. So I hope this reading resonated or was accurate in some way, shape, or form. yeah, if you guys want to help out the channel, please like or comment below. If you felt like this reading really resonated on a really deep level, feel free to subscribe. I come out with readings all the time. Lately, it's been shorts, but you know, I'll probably get back into long form. I have a lot of long form content on my channel if you want to browse that and stuff like that. Anyway, it was really an honor to read for you guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. Hey, pile 2, let's get into your reading. Just FYI, I'm using a Time Oracle deck. It is a shady deck, just FYI. So far, no problems with the last group, so I'm hoping no problems with this group. Okay, let's see what the Time Oracle... Okay. Today. Okay. So, we have today, flipped out on the bottom of the deck. I'm going to pull 2 more cards for you, but I want to point out that this card, when it flips out, I actually might shuffle this back in. I haven't decided yet. But today is very interesting. We have these kids here on this card. They're looking at you with a loving gaze. Look at those kids. They look so, like, they love, like, whoever's taking this photo, they're, like, in love with this person, right? I really feel like you have someone today that loves you. You have someone today, right now, that loves you. This could be a signal for a lot of you who are thinking about wanting a lover in another relationship. Not saying you guys like play the field, but some of you might. And just to keep it honest and clear, you might actually be looking for someone else when right now, today, you have someone who loves you truly and deeply. And that could be the person you're re-engaging with in the future. There's also someone else here today that really loves you, that if you're not someone playing the field and you're not looking for someone outside of a relationship, there's a secret admirer here that you might have already met. So it's not one of those things where you're going to meet your next lover soon, but your lover that you will have next is someone you know today. So let's get some other cards here. Not in this lifetime, and we have spring. Okay. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, sorry. You guys aren't sad. Oh my gosh, let me just get the cards out and do the reading. Okay, let's see. Let's get some cards out for when will group 2 meet their next lover. Okay, we have the Hermit reverse, the 10 of Pentacles reverse, the Hangman reverse, the 2 of Cups reverse, and the Lovers reverse. Okay. A lot of reversals in this reading. It just means that you guys have probably thinking about this a lot. The person who finds you attractive, that secret admirer, has been thinking about you a lot. Now remember, if it's not your secret admirer, it's the current relationship you're in. This is kind of the thing that is just saying that, like, you know, maybe you've been thinking about leaving this relationship, but at the same time, it looks like your next lover is this relationship. So sorry to burst your bubble. It looks like you're going to stick in this longer, or it just feels like you're going to stick in this a little bit longer than maybe you wanted to, or you wanted that escape, but it looks like it might be still happening in the future. And I'll try to read some of those messages for that situation. But mostly I'm going to be reading the messages for the people who are single currently and are looking for, they're actually looking for, looking to figure out who this person is that likes them. And that kind of energy, because I do think you like this person back, or you will like this person back. Obviously, they're your next lover. So you are going to consummate this thing, right? But it's just that they like you right now. It's like you've already met them. This is someone in your life you've already met. Let's see. Let me look at this over a little bit and then I'll get into it. Okay. So there's a lot about this person I want to get into. There's a lot going on with them. Okay, so first of all, currently, they're really with the Hermit card. You had a time alone with this person. So there was a moment where you and this person were alone. It was a very private event. There was a lot of soul searching. There was a lot of intimate discussions. I don't know if you guys know this, but sometimes when we're in group situations, discussions don't get that intimate. It's like, it's more about the party, the fun time, the socializing. It's more about levity, right? There's not a seriousness to these kind of connections. I mean, you can have a serious moment at a party, so I don't want to rule that out. But there was a serious heart-to-heart where it was like bearing of the souls. It was like, oh my gosh, like I'm this way, you're this way. And there's a really intimate kind of connection of bearing of the souls, right? I do think with the Hermit, this person, with the light being reflected in the past, this person looks back at that super fondly, completely, like it illuminated a huge chapter of their life. You guys don't even realize you did this. This is kind of ridiculous that you're unaware and they're very aware of what happened. yeah, this is a moment where you had a one-on-one connection with this person and it was very powerful. It was very revealing. I feel like you shared a lot of your story. They shared a lot of their story. And there was a little bit of depth involved. There was a little bit of like, could have been psychoanalysts, like psychoanalyzing, like there could have been a feeling of psychoanalyzing each other, something like that. Overall, there's this feeling of illumination, seeing things clearly, moving on from something that they felt they were able to move on very clearly. A way you could tell who this person is if you had a conversation with them, they thanked you for it and said like, wow, you made me really see this situation clearly and I'm able to move on. That could be something they could have said to you. Another thing that you could have noticed for some of them is that their life started becoming more successful after a particular conversation you had with them, especially if you already have your eye on them, which you probably do, because if you guys are really into each other, that's something that could happen. Like you might already know who this person is because you like them. But their life could have gotten a lot better after they spoke to you, something like that. And so your kind of advice like helped them move forward. Another factor too is this person's advice could have helped you move forward. Whatever it is, there was a feeling of getting to the bottom of who you truly were, really spending that time with yourselves and knowing who you both are. The Hermit is a card about that. It's about, how do I put this? It's like knowing who your true core self is. It's like knowing where you are, knowing what your talents are, knowing what you've been through, knowing who you are. Like when you hermit yourself off, you're left with nothing but your thoughts. You're left with nothing but you, separated from everyone else. This is kind of the ideal state that I think like literally like every empath needs to try at least once, because you're so with that whole aspect of the Hermit. And I'm hearing an owl hooting outside. It might be a dove because it's daytime, but I'm taking it as an owl. This is confirmation, right? Especially if you are empaths. This is a side note for you. With the Hermit energy here, it's good to get some time out in nature, away from society, away from your neighbors, away from your community. Go into a period, even like if you can only get to like a sensory deprivation tank, that actually might be something that could benefit you guys as well. Overall though, it's about isolating yourself to really connect with who you are. It's like you can't even see yourself clearly because you're so like lost in this world of other people's feelings or other people's situations or their concerns or their issues. It's like you guys need that vacation, and really this person feels like you gave them that moment. Like because you were there, you guys could really be each other like to a deep level where it was like, how do I put this? It's like you might have been around people, but it felt like you were alone. It felt like it was just you two. It felt like no one else mattered. For this person, if they are an empath, they might struggle with a lot of different emotions all the time, like picking up emotions in their environment, things people say to them, or things people that are like interpreted through them. And so when you're around them, they feel like they're alone. They feel like they're totally in their own space. This can be really good for like anxiety too. I think this person felt like you alleviated a lot of anxiety, and overall I think you guys really just like reflected each other's true lights. We see this again here with the Lovers card at the end. It's a higher evolution of this energy, but the Hermit is like knowing who you are through a conversation. The Lovers is like freely sharing who you are in a connection, right? So there's a little flip side here. It's like maybe you both weren't sharing your true selves, but you were really seeing things in your own self that were true through the conversation, right? And so today just means like someone's loves you right now. Like I'm looking at all these little kids here and how they're like looking at this photographer who's taking the picture with like love and admiration. I really feel like they love you. This person loves you right now. You have someone who is deeply, I don't want to say deeply in love with you, but they do love you. Like there's a feeling that you left a mark in their life. Now, they're hesitant to come forward. This is because with not in this lifetime above 10 of Pentacles, they feel like they can't be with you because of something in the community. It could be the community's values. For most of you, I'm going to be honest, they feel like your families aren't compatible. With not in this lifetime, they really feel like something about your parents or your family or the people you hang out with, could be your friends, right? They feel like they're not compatible with them. They feel like if they were to spend time with you, they would have to spend time with you in isolation, alone, away from people. 10 of Pentacles is that kind of community card. It also talks about wealth on a slightly smaller subtext because it is a Pentacles energy, but it's a long-term kind of energy. It talks about legacies. It talks about family connections that are built on bonds of values. So it might be that they feel like your families have different values, and something that like maybe bothers them is that they can't click with your family's values. They feel like they click with you, but not necessarily your community or your family. So with not this lifetime, I don't think this person feels at this current point that they could be married to you. They don't feel like you have that kind of deep connection. They don't feel like it's going to ever get that deep, but they still love you. You still change their life. And so they're in this feeling of like, not in this lifetime, like, well, maybe next lifetime I'll be able to get with them, or maybe next lifetime it'll work out. Or, maybe when, it's lifetime can even represent like, maybe they're feeling like when you leave this community, you will be able to, be with them. Now, I don't know how you guys, I don't know your loyalties to your own community. I don't know if you like hate your family or whatever, whatever. Maybe you have trauma from your parents and you're just like, I can't stand them. Like, I need to get out. Or you love your family completely. It really depends on your situation. I don't think this person knows the bonds you have with these people. They just know that these people are in your life and they're aware of that. They're aware that like, this person's in your life. I don't know if I can be with you because of that. Or these people are in your life. I don't know if I can be with you because of that. For those of you who are in a religious community and, maybe your sexual orientation is not accepted, something like that, that could be another thing here too, where you're a part of a community where they would want to ask you out, but they're feeling like this community would get in the way, or that they couldn't be happy with you because you're very dedicated and loyal to this community. That's how they're perceiving it. You might not be. You might be ready to leave this community, the drop of the hat for your next love interest, something like that, but that's kind of how they're seeing it. The hangman means they're thinking about things right now. Like, they're in the perspective of, I'm taking the time to think about this. I'm taking the time to look at this from different perspectives because I really like this person. I really like group 2. Like, group 2 is really, like, I'm really attracted to them. Like, they're really amazing. With spring here, with the 2 of Cups, like, they're actually eventually, once they've processed this a little bit more fully, they're going to be ready to make a move by next spring is kind of what I'm seeing. So next spring, how do I put this? It could be any time when you're watching this. This is a timeless video. So it could be the following spring that they're ready to make a move. I'm also seeing this sprouting, this growth. And so on a more intuitive level, if I was going to read this card, this could be a time when your connection springs forth. With 2 of Cups here, they're going to start to view you as a soulmate. They're going to start to view you as a soulmate, and it builds to the lovers, right? So it's like they start to see you as a soulmate. This talks about where they're actually trying to reach out to you, right? We're trying to connect with you. Just like this sprout is bursting forth the ground and it's trying to get that sunlight, it's starting to photosynthesize, right? And so this person is trying to get close to you. They're trying to reach out and make contact. So you're going to know eventually with this person, when will you meet your next lover? Well, they're going to reach out to you. They're eventually going to make plans to reach out to you. Right now, they think it's hopeless. They're just like, man, we had that beautiful moment. I learned so much. If I see them around, it's whatever, but I'm not going to make active attempts because their community or the people they hang around are not my jam. Like, they're not the type of people I like. They're not the type of people that are good for me. And I have to look out for myself. That's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling from them. But with the hangman here, they do think about things, and they're kind of thinking about different battle plans, trajectories, strategies. I think that's their current mode right now, right? They like have you on the back of their mind, and they're thinking like, man, I wonder if we're going to meet again. I wonder how it would happen. Like, would they ever leave this community? There's a lot of thinking they're doing. But 2 of Cups in springtime means that, like, eventually when that seed sprouts through the earth, and the leaves are reaching out to the sunlight and they're trying to reach that warmth, that's when they're going to be reaching out. With 2 of Cups here, they're thinking about this a lot and they're making active attempts to do it. It's really interesting. I think this person just has a fat crush on you, honestly. Like, this person has a fat crush on you. They really like you. You changed them. You inspired them with the Hermit card here. With the Lover's energy here, this is kind of where the reading, like, I think where you guys meet, it just feels like secret garden vibes. Like, we're going to meet in secret. We're going to meet on our own. Like, we can't hide our love for each other anymore. Like, we need to be with each other. It giving me, like, just because this card, if you look at it, looks like a garden, it looks like a secret sanctuary or garden, and the sun is shining. There is a peacock, which is interesting. Peacock with all the many eyes on the peacock, it still means that even in secret, you guys feel the looks or the pressure from the people around you, which is so interesting. Now, you have to realize the peacock is a singular bird. It's like, there's this feeling that like one person could be the issue, and it's not really a group of people. It's not like you have a multitude of eyes looking at you. It could be like trauma with one individual, something like that. It's interesting. Peacocks also, they only shine their feathers with all the various little eyeballs on the feathers. I think when they're scared or feeling defensive or something like that. So people might actually threaten you guys with like, I know what you're doing. But when they feel scared or defensive, like they might not actually know, or they might be using that as a way to get at you guys in your relationship, in your connection. But people don't really know what's going on, honestly. And like, the feathers go back down on a peacock eventually. Like if they feel, it's just that this person might feel threatened. So they might say that like, like even if they're a member of your family, they might say something along the lines of like, if you ever talk about this person or something like that, this person might say something like, I'm trying to think of what they would say with those eyes and the peacock. Give me a second to think about it, guys. It's on the tip of my tongue. They might say something like, I've noticed and we've all noticed. So something where they are including the group in their assessment. This can be someone who says like, we've all noticed that you are you're falling apart with this relationship, right? We've all noticed that you are not working well with this person, or we've all noticed your decline into like, debauchery because you're with this person. Whatever the case may be, it's some kind of like judgment. And I do think it's just coming from one person, and they're saying that other people feel like they do, and in reality, it's just them that's feeling this. Just FYI. It's like they're using the group as like a backing for their own individual viewpoint. This person might in a way have authority over the group, but if you talk to each member of the group individually, no one really has beef with your partner. No one really has beef with them. It's just one specific person who is trying to make you feel like the group is against you. It's not even that the group's against you. It's not that they can even turn the group against you. They can't do that. They can't turn the group against you. They just like to say that they might say like, no one's telling you, but they're all thinking it. They're not thinking it. FYI, they're not thinking it. This person likes to use group. How do I put this? They like to say that everyone's saying something when really it's their opinion. That's basically what it is. So yeah, basically they'll be the one making active attempts to hang out with you. They really can't stand it any longer, and they have to be with you. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, because there's a point where the plant, once it grows, it needs the sunlight to grow. When it's a seed and it's underground, it can be fine off like moisture, nutrients, its own self-sustenance. But once it breaks through that ground, it needs sunlight, it needs warmth, it needs attention, it needs affection, right? The sun grants that kind of attention and affection. You can think of Leo energy needing that kind of attention, which is fun. It's weird. I actually know a lot of Leos, and the Leos I know don't even like attention. It's so, especially Leo suns. Like I'm like, okay, do you even like being seen? Maybe some Leos do, but it's just very much like I haven't noticed a trend really. But archetypally, right? Like with astrology and the study of astrology and symbolism, which we're reading about here, or I'm talking about, sunlight, you need that attention, you need that admiration, you need to be shined upon, right? And this person starts needing that from you. And that's why they start to reach out. It's like they can no longer hold it in. And so they start to reach out and they're like, look, I need you, like, I want you. And luckily you're like, yeah, I want you too. So with the Lovers card here, it indicates that consummation with someone who has a watchful eye. So just be aware of that. I know that kind of sucks that you have that person that's like a thorn in your side in your kind of love situation. It's like, can't you go away? Can't you just let me enjoy my connection with this person and not really be a Debbie Downer with it? But that's just how this person is. And I do think this person is in your community. I do think this person, maybe if your partner, group 2, that you're going to meet, your next lover, communicated with this person, they may have gotten the wrong idea that the community is against this connection. If this person opened up to the wrong person and got the vibe that your community wouldn't accept them, that might be something that's getting in their head as well. Because with that peacock here and this 10 of Pentacles symbolism, I really feel strongly like your guys are fine. Honestly, it feels like you're fine. It feels like the relationship is fine, but for whatever reason, someone in your community, or there's a feeling about your community that they feel like wouldn't accept this connection. And I really do see there's one specific person that really doesn't accept it for whatever reason. They might change their mind later, especially if this is like a important person in your life. Once they see eventually how things develop with you and this person, especially if you're in it for a very long period of time, which I'm not seeing the length of this connection, just FYI guys. I'm not really getting any information about the length. I just see it's very emotionally fulfilling. With the 2 of Cups here, there's a strong emotional fulfillment here. And with the Lovers energy, there's a lot of just pure sharing with each other, like finding those secret moments to fully open up and be yourselves with each other. And I think that's really the truth of this connection, you know? I'm not getting much about your sex life necessarily, but I am getting a lot about loving each other. I'm getting a lot about being close and intimate with each other. I think this person really does love you. I really feel they do. They see you as such a light. You know, they see you as such a light. And at some point when their little sprout breaks through the ground, they go, I need that sunlight. Like I can no longer, it's like a plant growing towards the earth, the surface of the earth. And like knowing that the sun is warming the earth, you know, and it's like, oh man, I feel that warmth, but I'm still just a little seed, you know, and then it's like, once they sprout, they're like, oh my God, I need the sun. You know, it's like the sun is sustenance, you know? And so for you guys, you're this light in their life that provides warmth, provides nutrients, you know, you're something that they need to grow. And I think that's one of the reasons why you're coming into this connection, because this person is going through some growth stuff in their life. They're going through a growth mentality and mindset in this period of time, and they're looking for that kind of growing kind of connection. It just so happens that you guys are going to be lovers at the same time this connection is happening, or that you will deeply love each other in that kind of way, right? So yeah, I hope this reading resonated in some way, shape, or form. Thank you guys again for watching. If you want to help out the channel, please like or comment below. That really helps things grow and stuff. And if this reading really resonated, you feel like other readings in the future are going to resonate, feel free to subscribe to the channel. You know, we're always welcoming new subscribers here. Once again, honor to read for you guys. Appreciate your time and energy in watching this video, and you know, choosing me as your reader. If you know, and just in general, like, you know, sometimes we scroll through YouTube. This is so funny. What a funny message I'm getting right now. Sometimes we scroll through YouTube and it's like crap after crap after crap. And so if you found that this was actually some kind of, you know, piece of valid information in the social media world, like definitely subscribe. I try to create quality content all the time. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching. See you later. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Literally everyone just clicked off this reading because I started singing. They were like, oh my God, who is this guy? They're like, okay, I can't handle this reader. He opens with a song, forget him. Just kidding. First time on my channel, guys. I'm not this clever or witty normally. Anyway, so I'm going to be using this deck to start. If you guys know me and my win questions, I tend to, you know, take them with a grain of salt. So far, the readings have been more how I like to predict win answers anyway. So hopefully they continue in that direction. Let's get some win situations for when you'll meet your next lover. Let's see. So let's see when group 3 will meet their next lover. I'm going to pull tarot cards too, just FYI. I feel like singing with this group. What's going on? Do you guys sing a lot? Do you sing in the shower? Do you sing in the car? Let's see. What else do we need to know about group 3? Did I say group 2 earlier? Group 3. You guys are group 3, definitely. Group 3, definitely. Okay, so let's get some tarot cards out for your connection. Pulling lots of reversals today. Oh, they're all upright at the end though, which is kind of cool. Making sure everything looks good on the screen. Try to make it picture perfect, not so mean. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh, man. This would be my group that's like, that hates singing, right? Like, God, if I can just get through the songs, the dumb songs that he sings. Okay. Give me a second to look this over, guys. It's getting silly. Give me a second to look this over and we'll get into your reading. Oh, okay. Okay, so, first of all, the main message I'm getting for you guys is you will attract a lot of lovers before you meet like the lover you're actually looking for. Just FYI. Like you'll meet a lot of people, they might be lovers over the years, whatever, but the one that you're looking for, the like perfect lover or the lover that you're actually like curious about in this reading, it's going to take a while. But you're not going to be alone. The universe is sending you people where you're not alone. You're going to go through a flurry of kind of like love interest before you find one that like really fulfills you, right? Let's get into it. Okay, so with 6 of Pentacles, I see immediately there's this feeling of imbalance and give and take. just in your life in general with different people. It could be that you overly give or you overly take, but there is an imbalance here. I do think there's this feeling of with this. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys have a lot of like stuff in the nightlife? Do you have a lot of nightlife activities? So I'm looking at these glowing crystals and the fact that they're in shadow, the kind of red background. It just feels like sunset. It feels like early evening. It feels like nightlife. Maybe you guys go out at night a lot, something like that, or you're more awake in the evening, something along those lines. But with the red in the sky, I think there's this feeling that like there's a lack of give and take because there's a fear of survival things. Like it's like, oh, if I give too much, I'm not gonna be like safe. There, you know, it's like I need to take for safety precautions, right? Because if I don't keep taking, I won't have enough to like, what's the vibe I'm getting? It's like I won't have enough to survive. Like there's definitely a financial feeling here because we do have like the two pentacles are the number one cards in this reading as far as like the dominant energy. And I'm taking that as money in this reading. There's a feeling of needing to take because of survival instincts, right? This could be romantically as well because we are talking about your next lover. There could be feelings to like take compliments but not give them. Or there could be feelings to like accept love but not hand out love. You know, it's like you guys are absorbing all this loving energy and then you're not giving out any in return. And it's like, so people kind of see you as having like a cold heart or like a way that you don't give love easily because it's like you receive it really nicely. You know, it's like, I receive love. I like the love I get, and this feels good. And I'm safe with this. I'm comfortable with this. I'm comfortable people giving me love, but me not sharing it back. And here's the thing. When you let go, it feels like there's a need to let go of this whole, there's another need with the Knight of Cups here I'm going to get to about letting go, but there's a lot of letting go that's going to happen, right? Ace of Swords, first thing I noticed, butterflies in this reading, all surrounding this kind of like stone. There's like a snake here that I'm seeing in the stone too. It really feels like, I'm not reading this as traditional Ace of Swords. I'm reading this as like beauty. Particularly just because of the butterflies, it's very much giving like you're very beautiful and you will be for a long time. So you guys don't have to worry about getting ugly, you know, whatever. Like, especially for those of you who are really worried about gaining weight, you're not going to gain weight. Like you're going to be in good shape for a long time. Like there's something about, even if you did gain weight, you're always attractive. It's like, you're always the thing that people want. Like you have this a sense of attractive ability about you. Ace of Swords does indicate like inward intelligence or inward understanding. It usually indicates like an epiphany, but at the same time, it also points out that even though you're very beautiful, people also see you as very intelligent, right? People see you as smart. People see you as, how do I put this, like knowledgeable. And for some that might be intimidating. You're like, wow, this woman or guy is so beautiful, but they're also incredibly intelligent. Like that's kind of freaky. That could be something that's holding people back. But the main thing that I'm saying that's holding people back is you don't give love. You don't offer love. You don't say things to people that are loving. You don't give compliments. Like you guys are my type that you hold on to the loving energy others give you because you feel like if you give love, it's like, oh my gosh, if I tell someone I like them, they're going to stop liking me. Like if I actually pursue someone, they're going to stop pursuing me. I feel like a lot of you watch those videos where it's like, there's a lot of those online. Wow, it's so funny. I just realized how many of those like sometimes cross my feed. But like there's this vibe of like, oh, I don't chase, I attract. But at the same time, it's not chasing, it's just giving love back, right? If someone asks you out on a date, you can't go out, you can't attract someone if you just go, I'm going to pocket that number, post it on my vision board or whatever. Or I'm going to like keep that number, but I'm never going to call them because like the validation that they just want me, like that's enough. And I think that's in the survival mode you guys are in right now. It's like, like people are attracted to me and they really want me, but like, I'm not going to go out with them because whatever reason, right? There's not a fact of giving love. It's like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to hold it. I'm going to keep it, but I'm not going to give it back. I'm not going to ask anyone else out because if I stop asking people out, you guys have realized this kind of secret to the game, I guess you could say, that if you're cold and if you don't show emotion, like people are actually more attracted to you, something like that. But really, that's a very lonely existence in the long run, guys. I'm sorry, but it's just this kind of like validation loop. There's not really any intimacy in that loop because you're not giving your love out. Like it's so validating when you can give your love out, when you can share your love with others, and I know it's scary. There's this feeling of like, well, no one's going to give me love back if I share like who I am or my love with other people, you know? I see this scale, this like balancing scale in your guys' mind, and you always want to make sure the odds are tipped in your favor. It's like, I always want to have options just in case. And you guys are in this weighing of the options phase right now. It's like, is this person good? Is this person good? I'm getting a bunch of numbers. I'm getting a bunch of activity. A lot of people are attracted to me. I'm getting all these numbers and stuff. Or I'm getting like, I'm saying numbers because I'm imagining like old school, like people writing their phone number and like, or like putting it in your phone or something like that. I mean, that would be the modern day, right? Like someone adding their contact info to your phone. But yeah, it's just this vibe of like, I don't mind receiving this. I don't like, send me a text about how you want to go out with me. Send me a text of how you're begging to be with me. But, you know, I'm not going to be with you. You know, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from you guys. Not that it's like a bad place to be. It's not really. It's like a place of, I mean, I think the reason why you're in this place is probably because of like maybe an underlying trauma or whatever, or something that needs to be healed. Just so you know, it's safe to let out the love, right? It's safe to let out the love. Do I see you guys doing this anytime soon? Most likely not. Am I sorry I'm calling you out on this? Definitely. Sometimes, you know, you just have to say things in a tarot reading, and I'm sorry, this is more of a call you out kind of vibe. But, and also, I'm not pushing you either to change. I don't want to push you to change, especially if your method's working for you, if you feel satisfied currently. I just know eventually you guys might have this period of time where it's going to take a while, right? It's this feeling of like, eventually you might go, man, I wish I would have told more people I cared about them. I wish I would have expressed love more clearly to those people who meant that meant something to me. You know, I wish I didn't just hold on to love and absorb love but not give it out. You know, I wish I gave more people that I thought were attractive my number. I wish I went out on a limb sometimes and pursued what I wanted. You know, I don't want you guys to end life thinking this way. You know, just because like right now it's trendy to be like, oh, I don't chase, I attract. You know, it's like that kind of vibe. It's like, don't get caught up in the like society's views of like how we should be behaving, you know, like when it comes to your own personal feelings, like you will be not happier, because I am saying it is a balance, you know, and some of you might even be on the other side of the spectrum, although I'm seeing most of you on the take and not give kind of spectrum, but some of you might be on the other side of the spectrum where you're thinking like, man, I give and give and give, I give all the time, I'm constantly giving my number out and I don't receive anything. Well, that's a situation where you need to learn to receive love, right? You need to wait until someone gives you their number, until you give out any more of your energy, right? Because you can't give from an empty cup. And also, you know, those of you who take, don't, you know, I know you guys believe that, right? I know you're like, oh, I can't give from an empty cup, but literally your cup is overflowing. It's time to share some water with other people. You know, you can't drink all the water when other people are starving in the desert. Sorry. Okay, let's move on. Ace of Swords does talk about in February. There is this feeling like you're going to meet someone in February. I don't know if you guys got an astrology reading or something where it said like, oh, you're going to meet someone in February. You might feel like you're going to meet one specific person in February, or a person that's romantic, that's a long-term connection coming into your life in February. But it does feel like this is when you get the most people hitting on you, is in February. That's what I can say with more accuracy. It feels like February is a time where people are really into you, and like, you know, I hate you guys. Like, you're so like lucky because like Valentine's Day is in February, and February is a dry month for me personally. Like my personal cycles don't align with February usually. Anyway, so yeah, February just really means like that's when people are really attracted to you. Something about that like late winter, right before the springtime, that's when people are really attracted to you. What is this? Is that like a ladybug? What is that by the flower? No, it's just a bud. I was seeing a ladybug for a second by the flower, and ladybugs remind me of protection when it comes to plants because they eat aphids. It's like a protector that likes to protect something that's very beautiful. You might attract a lot of protectors in your life. Honestly, they might go, oh, she's so gorgeous, or oh, he's so hot. Like, I want to protect that, or I want to like make sure that is safe. I want to make sure that is okay. Like, let's protect this beautiful thing. So you might attract a lot of protective energy in general, just FYI. You might have a lot of people who want to protect you, give their numbers to you, stuff like that. Overall, you guys are very gorgeous. You're very attractive. You attract a lot of attention. You just don't give it back out. For others of you, you give too much. You're constantly giving your number out. This would be someone who is constantly hitting on other people without any regard to what letting anyone hit on them, right? This can be a little dangerous too if you're in this other extreme, because it basically just means like you're not seeing people for who they really are. You could get into some dangerous connections. You also could do or say drastic things. How do I put this? That would like compromise your integrity, right? Because you're so desperate to give your love out, but you don't have a sense of self-love, right? So keep that in mind. This could go either way with the Six of Pentacles reversed. When you let go. So with Knight of Cups here, this is coming out as kind of like, man, how do I put it? Like first, like with the rest of the reading, it's coming out about ideals about love, but Knight of Cups talks about the ideal partner, the idea of an ideal partner. So who you think an ideal partner is. When you let go of that concept, it will be a lot easier to give love to other people. It's like, I'm not going to give my love unless the person's perfect. And if they're not perfect, they're not receiving a little bit of love from my heart, no matter what. And it's when you let go of this concept of the ideal person, it's going to be a lot easier to give love to other people, right? Also for my, people who are giving love out, right? Like, I don't really see this message applying. Just keep that in mind when I'm saying this. I'm going to make it apply right now, but it also doesn't apply. For those of you who are overly giving your love out and you're not waiting to receive it, I have a feeling that you guys don't have a concept of who you want. So for a lot of you, some of you, not all of you, you don't have a concept of who you want. You don't have an ideal person that you're considering. Therefore, you're just hitting on anything with legs. Anything that has feet and walks around. Like, you're hitting on anyone really. Like, a lot of you that give your love out, you're also bisexual. You're just like constantly hitting on multiple people. You're hitting on everyone. You're like, oh man, when am I going to find someone? It's because you need to sit down and realize, what do you want in a partner? Now, for those of you who are in the opposite end and you're all about taking, you have a too rigid view of what you want in a partner, right? It's like you have this idea of a partner that's like in your mind that it's like, unless this specific person approaches me, they have this color hair, this color features, if they don't treat me like this, then I'm not going to give them a chance. It's like all these rigid factors, like, could be preventing you from finding a connection that is truly worthwhile, right? So when you let go of concepts of love, or when you let go of the lack of a concept of love, for those of you who are overgivers, it's like learning to build a concept of a person in your head. And then for those of you who are takers, learning to let go of that concept. Because we have the when you let go card, it really indicates, I feel like most of you in this reading are like takers, like you're constantly getting hit on and complimented and stuff like that. And you're like, thank you, thank you, thank you. But you never give anything back out, right? So when you let go of that idea that you need to match with someone perfect, that's when this person comes in. Now we have it's going to take a while, which just to me means that like, there's this feeling that you guys are very comfortable in your habits at this point. I think for my overgivers, you're drowning a little bit more than my takers are. My takers are like, I'm satisfied, I'm full, I'm going to keep it like this. I'm going to keep attracting that attention that I want. I've learned the secret. Like, I don't chase, I attract, and it's working for me. And I'm just attracting. But you guys are never giving out your heart. You're never sharing that love with someone else. That's great. You have all the power. You're attracting all the love interests. Like, you're the hot thing on the scene. But are you happy? Do you ever get lonely? Do you ever want to give love out? I mean, I'm looking at this puppy who is bored and his head on the table, like, dogs need love too. Dogs will love you more than you love them. Guaranteed. That's always the case. That's what's so beautiful about puppies. That's what's so beautiful about dogs. And, dogs are always going to love you and come up to you and stuff like that. But humans often don't have the capacity to love a dog. This dog is kind of reminding me of like people in your life that feel love starved, and I feel like it would be very beneficial. Also, like if you guys are having difficulty expressing love to people, getting an animal companion. Sometimes that can be more helpful in teaching us how to express love and nurture someone else. And it can open pathways for us to be more loving in general to other people. So keep that in mind, that like an animal companion could be beneficial to learning how to give love again. Maybe some of you actually, now that I'm getting deeper into this, oh my gosh, I apologize for roasting you guys earlier. Maybe it goes deeper than that. Maybe there's a deeper trauma, there's a deeper issue, there's a deeper feeling of like, I want to give love, but I physically can't, like, Cody, how dare you? Like, I struggle with this, like, yada, yada, yada. I want you to know at this point of this reading, I see you, I see your struggles. For those of you where this is a struggle and it's not a conscious choice, I see you, I feel for you. And I do think getting an animal companion could be very psychologically beneficial for you in the long run, as far as like helping you know how to love and express love to another individual. Yeah, with Three of Pentacles, I think you guys are going to find someone when you're working with them. This is an inadvertent way of the universe being like, it's not going to happen through someone giving you their number or whatever. It's going to happen through you feeling like a practical connection with them. That's when this love interest is going to come in. With it's going to take a while and the Pentacles energy, it does feel like you find that particular lover that you're really into. Like, it might take a while, right? And I think you're going to find them through a work environment. If you're not currently employed, this is good news. You will be soon. Not necessarily soon, but in the future, you will be. You will have a steady job. You will have a group that you work with, like a specific team. You know, for those of you that have followers or whatever, and you're like solo entrepreneurs or social media creators, you don't really work with other people. This could be someone that's a collaborator that turns into a relationship. This could also be someone that's one of your followers that, you know, you see on the regular that turns into a connection or a relationship, something like that. But with it's going to take a while, I really feel like this kind of connection, the connection you're looking for is going to develop over a long period of time. I think this person waits around and they're almost like okay with you not expressing love initially. They might ask you about it eventually if you don't express love to them, but I think they're like comfortable with your trauma wounds is kind of what I'm seeing at this current point. Like they're okay with that. Like they know how to work with that type of energy. Yeah. Now, like I said, you're not going to be alone before this time. Like you have a lot of people loving and doting on you. It's like you guys are full and overflowing with love. It's just that it's not on a deeper, and you guys would know this too. It's like, it's not on a deeper level of what you truly want. You know, I feel like on a deeper level, you guys want to share love as well, but you're just scared. You're scared that if you start sharing your heart, that no one's going to give love to you. Wow. I'm feeling emotional. I'm starting to cry. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Pull it together, Cody. Okay, yeah, this is a powerful reading, probably the most powerful out of all the groups, especially if you're resonating with those beginning energies of like, well, I'm just going to receive love, but I'm not going to give it. With the Magician card here, right? Once you meet this person, once you go through this period of time where you're working really nicely with this person, you figure out, wow, we really work together. Wow, we're really team players, you know? I really think that the courting period with this person is going to take a while. I think that's the main energy with this card. It's going to take a while means that like when you're getting to know this person, when you're opening up, when you finally open up yourself to love again, it's going to take a while. It's going to take a minute. It's going to take, now this doesn't apply for those of you who are oversharers, just pointing that out. For the oversharers, like I'm seeing something else. I'm seeing once you start attracting and filling up your own cup and start like thinking of who you want to manifest into your life, it's just a matter of doing the manifestation, casting the spell, putting that out there in the universe and waiting for it to come to you. Not seeking, not chasing, waiting. For you guys that are overgiving right now, attracting, not chasing is what's going to bring in the person. For those of you who are in this mindset already of attracting and not chasing, it's bringing in tons of people, but and you're satisfied. I feel like you guys are like, yeah, I got that person, I got that person, I got that person, but you're not accepting anyone because your idea of what you want is too specific. So with Three of Pentacles, back to you guys, who the idea is too specific, you need to let go. These are my takers. With it's going to take a while. It's going to take a moment or a while to learn this person in this work environment that you're in. It's like this person is someone who you have to work side by side with, and the attraction builds over a long period of time. You know, I think when you finally tell this person you love them, or when you finally start sharing love with them, your relationship opens up into a whole other level. With the manifestation card, the Magician here, there's a feeling of being able to start to manifest things more easily into your life. Like, for example, it might be that you work well with the team you're on, but at the same time, like work is slow. But it might be that as soon as you start expressing love to this specific person on your team, you get a promotion, right? All of a sudden you're the boss in your company, or all of a sudden you're elevating yourself, you know? It's very much like you start unifying those disparate elements. You know, we think oftentimes that the universe, what's in our internal world, totally reflects what's in our outer world. And yeah, that's kind of the case, but there can be a disconnect there too. I think that alignment is going to be happening more regularly for you once you start expressing affection with this person in this work environment. But like I said, it's going to take a while, you know? Like I said, for a lot of you, now that I'm going back to it, it's like I experienced that trauma wound. I know I almost started crying, so I apologize if I was a little hard on you in the beginning of the reading. I really do feel like you guys have had some kind of shitty experience with love where you gave your heart out and people stomped all over it, or whatever happened. I don't know what happened when you gave your heart out, but it didn't end well. And I think that's why you're in this, I'm only going to attract, I'm not going to chase kind of energy. And chase is the wrong word. It's just giving or expressing affection. It's just like when you guys did that, when you opened your heart, they didn't treat it the right way. So I feel for you guys. Like, that's a really rough place to be in, especially if you don't open your heart often and you finally do, and it's like, nope, I'm not doing that again. Like, that was painful. So it can be a real struggle. And I think that's why when you're in a connection with someone, why this person's going to come in at this time when you're at a work environment or you're working with the team. It's because this is a more professional environment. It gives you a little more of a barrier to create a connection with someone. And also, this person who is your next lover that you're meeting in this period of time, they can't really hit on you how do I put it? In a very forward way, because you're coworkers. It's like you're forced to be together for a prolonged period of time. So you have to treat each other with dignity and respect. And it kind of dampens the emotions, which evens the playing field. So for example, it dampens their feelings of having to express that love to you because it's a professional environment. And on the flip side, it increases your feelings of love for them because they seem more, how do I put this? It's just that you're learning things in a practical way together. So the fact that you're working on things together and it's more or less love focused, I think is what's needed to build that stronger connection. But it's going to take a while. Like I said, it's going to take a while. I mean, that puppy is starved, right? And I think that, like I said, in the meantime, you can get an animal companion, and I think that it's going to be very beneficial. February is not coming out for the time you're meeting your person. It just comes out for a time that I think people hit on you more regularly, honestly. With the Magician, don't worry. By the end of this process, once you meet your next lover, a lover who's going to fulfill what you truly want, Magician means you're going to have all the tools in your arsenal. This is a period in your life when your shit is together. You have all the tools in your arsenal. Things feel coordinated and aligned. That is what I want to say for you guys at this point in time. I think that's about it. Thank you guys for letting me read for you today. Sorry I was hard on you earlier. I got the message about the trauma later into the reading, and I didn't realize how deep that kind of feeling went. Maybe that applies in your own life too. Maybe people are a little hard on you and they don't realize you've actually been through some things, So with that said, if you guys really resonate with the reading, you can like or comment below. With that said, if this reading really resonated on a level where you feel like other readings in the future are going to resonate, you can feel free to subscribe to the channel. With that said, I am going to end your pile here. Thank you guys again so much for watching. It truly was an honor to read for you. I love doing these readings for you guys, so I'm glad you're here with me on this journey. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys in the next pick a card. Bye.